Hi Leo, welcome to your mid-November read. Let's see what the cards have for you. We're starting with the 10 of Pentacles, nice, the 10 of Wands and the 8 of Cups, clarified by the King of Swords, 2 of Swords and the Chariot. Okay, wow. Bottom of the deck you have the Judgment. That's a big energy to oversee this read. It's under there we've got the Knight of Wands and the Page of Cups. Yeah, you are taking action towards finding your joy, there's reconnecting with your heart again. I really love that. The 2 of Pentacles wanted to be seen as well. So it's about, balancing, weighing up your priorities. But this Judgment, she's just kind of overshadowing all of those cards underneath there. They're kind of background energies anyway. But this Judgment, this is the card of spiritual awakening. Even if you're not on a spiritual journey, ultimately we all are on a spiritual journey because we are spirit, just happen to be in a physical form. But even without that spiritual aspect, this is kind of an awakening of who you are, what's important to you, what you want out of life. And it really does instigate some pretty powerful, profound changes. The Judgment card often describes the dead coming back to life. In this one, there's a lot of birds in the background. So it's that sense of freedom, of being released from the binds that have kept you, traditionally that have kept you human, stuck in a human form, that we get to reawaken to a higher level. But it can just be about releasing yourself from limitations, from things that have kept you restricted. And it's not necessarily about leaving a job and finding a better job, or leaving a relationship and either being single or finding someone new. This is about a real lasting transformation. You're changing your view of what matters to you and how you want to live your life. And for some of you, that may mean changing your jobs or changing your relationships, or anything that's actually in your material world that isn't in alignment with what you're starting to discover about yourself within. But it's the inner transformation that is the most profound and important. Such a big card to oversee this read. And look, the background energies, we'll go back to it. It's that Page of Cups and the Knight of Wands. And with that 2 of Pentacles, you do feel like, you've got 3 elements there, Pentacles, Cups and Wands. It does feel like you're needing to weigh up what's important to you, what your passions are, and where you want to direct your energy. So use this time while you're being supported, because the traditional Judgment card has an angel calling those dead back to life. So you've got angelic support, you've got universal support, you've got all of the energy behind you right now to make this transformation and to support you while you figure out what's important, what you're going to prioritize going forward. So utilize this energy, utilize this time to really look at that. You are at the end of something. You have 2 10s here. It's the ending of a cycle. It's not as major as the World card, the final card of the tarot, but the 10s are the final of the minor arcana cycle before we get to the court cards. And in your current situation, you have the 10 of Pentacles, clarified by the King of Swords. Both powerful energies. The 10 of Pentacles is a card of legacy. It's like an inheritance. It could be something that you're inheriting, or it could be, and I'm leaning more towards this, more about what you plan to leave behind as you move through your life. This is coming back to what I was saying with this Judgment. I feel like you've come to a place where you're starting to really think about and examine what kind of footprint you want to leave behind in the world. Because it's a Pentacles card, it's material world stuff, and we've kind of got the Tree of Life symbolized by the positioning of those pentacles. So it's how you want to contribute to life, what you want your life to contribute to the world. And you're looking at this with a beautiful clarity. This King of Swords has a lot of vision. And in this particular deck, he's not only intelligent and wise, he also has his connection to spirit. It's sort of bringing in the birds from this Judgment card. He's listening to spirit, and he's allowing spirit to help him point the direction that he needs to go next. So using your wisdom, your intelligence, and your intuition to help you tune into what is important to you and figure out what kind of legacy you want to leave. And I'm not talking necessarily about what you want to leave your kids or grandkids or whatever, because a lot of us don't have kids. It's just about what you want to contribute to the world and what that means for you. It doesn't have to be big and powerful and dramatic. It can be very gentle and sweet and subtle. This is a time for you to figure out what's important for you and what you want to leave behind or not leave behind. How do you want to be remembered? What impact do you want to have on the world, on the people around you, on the earth? So yeah, use this time. It's a time of powerful transformation, and it feels like it's something that's really impacting you right now for you to be taking this time to have a look so deeply at this. It's really profound. Okay, your influencing energies, the 10 of Wands with the 2 of Swords. As I said, the 10s are about the ending of a cycle. This particular 10 is the end of a harvest. You're reaping the rewards for all the hard work that you've done. It's not quite finished yet, but you're starting to feel that it's time to enjoy the fruits of this. So you don't need to take this situation too seriously. You can recognize all of the good things that you've already contributed. You can enjoy the fruits of your labor. But this is asking you to keep going because you're almost there. You're not finished yet, but you are almost there. So just keep going. The 2 of Swords, I don't always get this with the 2 of Swords, but for you, I am getting the sense that you can't see your goal. She can't see her target. She's having to trust her intuition, that she's pointing her bow in the right direction, and when she lets her arrow fly, that she will shoot straight. There's a sense of you needing to trust that whatever this process is for you, whatever you're ending here, it's really feeling like the ending of an internal cycle. It's like when you suddenly start realizing I'm not a kid anymore, I'm a teenager, and then, oh, wow, I'm an adult now. It's that kind of inner coming of age sense. There's something within you that feels like it's transforming and you're having to pay attention to it. But equally, with both the Pentacles and the Wands, it does feel like there might be something outside of you that's almost mirroring what's happening within you, that something is coming to an end. This maybe, I'm not getting the sense of it being as dramatic as your job ending or a relationship ending. Maybe for some of you it is, but the most powerful energy I'm getting is within. It's what's happening inside you. But there may still be something outside of you that's coming to a close. Maybe you're finishing up a project. Maybe you've been on holidays or have taken a sabbatical and you're coming to the end of that. Maybe you've been living with family for a while and that's coming to an end and you're about to move on to your own place. It's something like that. It is a transition, but again, it's not as powerful as what I'm feeling is happening inside you. There's something really profound that's going on within you. And the 2 of Swords, she doesn't feel like she can see what she's aiming at. It doesn't feel like you know what's coming next completely. It's like you're sensing it and her intuition is guiding that arrow. So you can feel what's coming and you have an idea of what's supposed to come. Once you finish the harvest, you have all of these crops you get to enjoy, but you're not clear exactly about what's going to happen next. That's where you do trust your intuition. Trust that this angel is guiding you and that you'll know what to do when the time comes. And the first thing that's going to happen in your outcome, you have the 8 of Cups and the Chariot. Love this 8 of Cups in this deck. This is about walking away from what no longer serves you. It's also got that little crescent moon, which just like the 2 of Swords is asking you to trust your intuition. And we once again have these birds symbolizing this sense of freedom. Walking away from what no longer serves you is a big part of this recognition of what you want to leave behind. Because if you're hanging on to things that you feel you should hang on to, if you're doing things that you've always done just because you've always done them, now is when you're going to start recognizing that just because it's always been that way doesn't mean it has to be that way forever, because that's not what I want to leave behind. That's not the footprint I want to leave behind. That's not how I want to be remembered. So it feels like you are going to reach a point where you make the decision, you're in the driver's seat with this Chariot, where you decide, I'm going to walk away from these things because they're not serving me. They're not in alignment with my path, with where I'm going next, and it's time to walk away. It's a really beautiful energy. There can be a little bit of a sense of heartbreak or a little bit of a grieving process. I don't always pick that up with the 8 of Cups because it has such a beautiful sense of freedom in this particular card. But I am actually picking it up for you today, that there may be a little bit of a sense of grief or loss, a bit of sadness, that you need to walk away from this. but it's opening you up to something that's better for you, that's more right for you. Now, I will say with the Chariot, this one in particular is a very fast energy. It feels quite wild. The two horses are driving very, very quickly and they can pull in two different directions. So you want to hang on to the reins. It can take a bit of effort. You don't want the horses to rush ahead of you so that you're thrown off the back, but you also don't want to push them so fast that you can't see any hazards in the road. It's kind of about getting into that flow state. And that's so much what I feel with this particular Eight of Cups. Being in that flow state allows you to be in the energy at just the right pace so things happen when they're meant to happen. And you've been like that through those tens. There's a sense of recognizing a cycle's coming to an end, things are winding down, and something new is preparing to come in. And then you walk away from what no longer serves you. And it's just about maintaining that flow state, trusting your intuition. Even if you can't see where you're going and it feels like things are running away from you, you've got this. You're holding the reins there. I mean, he's not holding reins in this one. I think he's holding a whip, which I don't like with the horses, but it's a symbol. But basically, you're in charge. You can call the pace on this. So again, just don't rush into anything too quickly, but equally, don't hold back. When it's time for something to change, allow it to change and walk away from what no longer serves you. Okay, let me pull some advice cards for you. Go. Okay. Oh, wow. We got the Two of Pentacles again. That was the one that wanted to be seen when I was looking at these ones under the deck. I was getting pulled back to these before as well. There is a sense that these want to come to the surface, that Page of Cups and the Knight of Wands. It's about taking action towards reawakening your heart and figuring out what you want to prioritize. That Two of Pentacles is about figuring out your priorities, weighing things up, not getting stuck forever in a decision-making process. Use this time while you've got it to make the decision and then take action. Now, this one flipped over in the deck as well, the Ace of Cups. And the Six of Pentacles. Okay, interesting. So what I'm feeling as your advice, weigh up your priorities. Make sure you include your heart, you include your passions, you include what brings you joy, what you truly love when you're figuring out what's important to you and what you want to include in this legacy, what impression you want to leave behind, what footprint you want to leave behind. And make sure that everything is balanced. The Six of Pentacles is about giving as much as you receive, receiving as much as you give. It's about making sure that what you value is balanced. If you're spending almost all of your life working at a job that you're not particularly excited about and spending the rest of your time just recovering your energy to go back to work the next week, that's not a balanced energy. So these cards are asking you to refine that balance, to figure out your priorities and make sure that your passion, your joy, your love is included in that decision, in your priorities. Don't let it all be about what you have to do. Bring in some of what you want to do, what you love to do. And I know it's really hard when we do have to work ridiculous hours just to survive. But it's really important to find ways to bring joy into whatever pockets you can find in your time each day and each week, because life is meant to be lived. It's not meant to be a drudgery. So as much as you can, bring in some of that joy and some of that love. All right, I just started shuffling to pull 3 final message cards for you. And the first one that flipped out was the Seven of Wands. Oh my goodness, the King of Cups just flew out as well. Okay. And then we've got the Two of Cups. Wow. Okay, so as I said, that Judgment is a big energy. This is a big transformation. This feels like it's really important for you. So be strong with this. Stand your ground. You might not have everyone on your side with what you want to do and what you're planning here, but it's really important that you do what's right for you. So stand your ground. Keep going. You've got that Ten of Wands. Keep going with this. Follow your heart. And find this emotional balance as well. You've got 2 cups here, big powerful energy with the King of Cups and this beautiful Two of Cups, which is kind of a soulmate's connection. It's like the twin flame energy, but it's also about really reintegrating your passions. It's 2 becoming 1. I always feel like it's us reconnecting with that higher version of ourselves or that inner child, becoming more authentically ourselves. And these two together, I mean, this King of Cups is so emotionally balanced. He's riding these stormy seas without spilling a drop from his cup. He knows who he is. And he's someone that people come to for advice because he's so emotionally balanced and calm. This feels like where you're heading. Because of this profound inner transformation that's going on with this judgment, all of this is allowing you to become a really beautifully gentle but powerful version of yourself. And you're not actually the only sign that's had a similar message this month. We all seem to be going through a bit of an inner transformation, and we're all kind of being gently nudged towards becoming better versions of ourselves. And you're really right on top of this right now, Leo. You start this period with this sense of wanting to create a legacy, of really figuring out what it is that you want to leave behind, what mark you want to leave behind. And it's looking so beautiful. You're really going to be reconnecting back in with your heart. Now, remember when I said with this Eight of Cups, it sometimes brings in a sense of grief? Very rarely get it, but I did get it with you. And now you do have the grief card. You've got the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So yes, there may be a sense of grief at having to leave something behind. You're going to be victorious with that Six of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. Have patience with yourself. Have patience with the situation. When grief comes in, allow it to flow in and flow away. It's about being in that flow state, exactly what I said with that Eight of Cups. Let this process happen. Keep your heart open and know that you've still got cups standing. You are moving into this space of this King of Cups, this beautifully emotionally balanced king, full of compassion and understanding about who he is and the best way to be in the world. The King of Cups is so full of compassion and empathy, but he's also so calm and balanced. This is where you're moving towards, Leo, and you are going to be profoundly transformed this month. So I wish you all the best. Have a great time.